DCTV, your exclusive source for all things Dartmouth, is proud to present another local high school athletics game of the week as the Dartmouth High School boys soccer team plays host to the Trojans of Bridgewater-Raynham High School here at Dartmouth Memorial Field. Hello again, everyone. Ian Abreu here with you calling the action. And, well, folks, I've been doing this for 18 years, going back to when I was a sophomore in high school. I've never seen anything like this. So here's the situation. We were prepared for Dartmouth High varsity boys soccer, but as we pulled in today to set up, we were told that the junior varsity Dartmouth High School team would actually be taking the field against the visiting varsity Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans. I'm not going to get into why the entire varsity team and coaching staff is not here. Not going to speculate. Again, I'm not toting the company line here, folks. We really don't know. It's mum's the word, but nonetheless, the junior varsity Indians will play host to the varsity Trojans in a League Southeast Conference varsity record counting matchup. The Indians come into today's record again. Keep in mind, it's the varsity team we're talking about, but nonetheless, this team comes in with a 2-0-2, 2-0-2 overall record in the conference. So that's 2 wins, no losses, and 2 ties. So the junior varsity Indians are attacking right to left across your TV screen in the home greens with black trunks and green socks. The Trojans are in the white jerseys, red trunks, white socks. All right, so we have a new roster, and again, this is the situation, so we'll make the best out of it. Here's on the left side, Clutterwig Alexis. Clutterwig Alexis for Bridgewater-Raynham, trying for a centering feed, playing it back over to Hebert, shot on goal, just wide of the goal. Starting in goal for the Indians today will be Hunter Ballerino. Ballerino is a sophomore between the pipes for Dartmouth. It'll result in a goal kick now as that ball goes out of bounds. And the goal kick will be taken by Mason Gray, the defender. Well, no matter what the outcome is here today, you got to give credit to these JV Indians and their head coach, Walter Silva, because they're putting forth an honest effort and they're going to do their best to compete. You know that. Here's Sean Catino. Sean Catino playing it back now to Owen Green. Owen Green chipping it on the right side in play to Dominic Ferrioli. Ferrioli across and toward the box. Turnaround, attempting a bicycle kick was Alexis, but the attempt is just out of his way. Running for on the corner now is Landon Cabral for Dartmouth. Cabral can't gain a handle. Goes back to midfield. Chipped in looking for Catino. Catino with the header. Over to Alexis. Turnaround shot just wide of the goal. And it'll be a goal kick for the Dartmouth High homestanding Indians at 16:43 in this opening frame. Gray again on the goal kick. Gets it over to Cabral. Cabral playing it over now to Manuel Freitas. Manny Freitas playing it back. All sorts of pressure now by the Trojans. Alexis on the steal. In front, centering feed. A shot just wide. Having the opportunity all alone in front of the cage was Darryl Quist, the forward. And he had a golden opportunity to give the Trojans a 1-0 lead. And he just fired it wide. A huge break for the Indians. And taking the goal kick will be Nicholas Hirschman. Hirschman cannot crack center. It's deflected and kept alive by Bridgewater-Raynham. Still in the attacking zone. Catino in on goal. Stopped by Bollerino, his first save of the afternoon. Bollerino on the punt. Trying to clear it across midfield. It cannot get deflected across midfield, and it's stolen back. The Trojans, as expected, with their varsity squad all over these inexperienced Indians. We have really an unfair tilt here. We have a well-octane varsity squad with a lot of talent against a junior varsity team with talent, but nonetheless, they lack that varsity experience. Checking in now for the Indians will be Nolan Dennehy and Colin Souza. It'll be another goal kick for Dartmouth. And taking it will be Hirschman. Good ball on the right side. That's in play. Looking for Troy Rocha. Rocha couldn't catch up to it. Trying to backpedal was Colin Souza. And that ball goes out of bounds. But it goes off the Trojan. Out of touch. It'll be Dartmouth ball. Here's Sivan Shrista. Shrista trying to play it back in the midfield area. This is Manny Freitas. Manny Freitas draws some contact at the midfield line by Sean Catino. And as a result, it'll be an indirect kick for Dartmouth. Nick Hirschman looks like he's going to take it. It'll either be him or Owen Carter. It's Hirschman. Best chance for the Indians of the afternoon right here. A chip ahead. An opportunity perhaps for Freitas, but it's just blocked away inside the box. Here come the attacking Trojans. Catino tipping it over to Alexis. Now that's Quist in the corner. Quist going for it out of bounds. Goes off of the Indians. It'll be Trojan ball. Again, no corner kicks here. No throw-ins. Just be toss-ins. The only time you'll get a corner kick is if it's deflected off the goalkeeper or an Indian inside the box, at which point you can play it in from the corner, but you can't cross it in like we would normally see. So no headers, no walls, none of that. Ferrioli on the steal, trying to chip it ahead back across center. Here's Samir Hijazi. Hijazi, the midfielder, tipping it, almost stolen, blocked by Rocha. Troy Rocha, a shot. And he just misses the cage. Troy Rocha, the junior forward, had a great opportunity there. Bridgewater-Raynham now on the goal kick on the right-hand side. It's Ferrioli. Ferrioli playing it back, D to D. Joe Midori. Midori thought about going after it, plays it back conservatively. Midori again, stolen and ridden off the play by Shrista. Shrista tipping it ahead. Here's another good ball opportunity for Dartmouth. They would have been onside, and it's just tipped away, but they still have possession. In front, here's an opportunity for Dartmouth on the left-hand side. Here's Correa. Sean Correa looking for a cross. Centering feed. Shot. Rebound just wide. Troy Rocha had 1 and 2 opportunities, and he just fired it wide of the cage. Here are the attacking Trojans playing it to midfield. Sean Catino. Catino, all sorts of running room. The captain and senior chipping it ahead. That's a good ball. Onside to Ferrioli. Looking for perhaps a cross. Stops, pops. Centering feed and tripping is Catino. No call, no contact. He fell on his own, and the Indians catch a huge break. That ball not out of touch. Going for it now is Shrista. Shrista runs into the wall of Green, and it goes out of bounds off of Green. Indian ball on the kick-in. How about that for getting your game readiness? You're a JV team, and all of a sudden you get the call. You're all getting promoted, boys. You're with the big dogs today. And so far, they've held fort. They've held a very strong and potent Trojan team to goose eggs halfway through just about this first quarter. Not too bad. Out of bounds on the clear attempt by Hirschman. It'll be Trojan ball. $10:20 to go here in this opening stanza. Shot on goal, deflected just wide. A nice save by Hunter Ballerino on the rocket by Sean Catino. Just tipped off his fingertips, goes out of bounds. It'll result in a corner kick. But what a great save by Ballerino. Look at this. This was a blazer, and that was destined for the top right-hand corner. But Hunter Ballerino jumping and full extending and makes the great save. So far, the best save of the game. Here's a cross in the box. Alexis tries for a header, and you can't do that. You can't intentionally head the ball, and he's called for the infraction. It'll be a goal kick for the Indians. If it unintentionally goes off your head or a body part, that's fine. You can't knowingly and willingly jump for a header. It's considered dangerous, obviously, with this whole pandemic going on. James Nichols now, the junior goalkeeper, back for Bridgewater-Raynham, chipping it ahead. Here's Green. Green. Over to Midori. Midori, all sorts of running room. On the right side, a good ball to Ferrioli. Centering feed, looking to find Alexis on a high arcing pass. Nothing doing. Nice clear up by Hirschman, but it does sail out of bounds. It'll be another kick-in for the Trojans. Now we're really starting to see Bridgewater-Raynham ramp this thing up. The pressure and the onslaught has been nonstop. You got to wonder how much longer these Indians can hold on. Ferrioli. Over to Catino. Back up top, wide open, Owen Green. Thinking of a shot. Tipped. Alexis, turnaround. An opportunity, he slows it down. Now it's Quinn. Shot on by Quist. Quist now has the shot and is just wide. Hirschman now in the corner trying to battle it. Nothing doing. Centering feed. Shot on goal. Save. Rebound. Save again. The shot was taken by Joe Midori, and sprawling was Hunter Ballerino. He's been the story so far for the Indians. The junior varsity goalkeeper making several key saves in this opening quarter. Here's Catino. Long shot from around the 25-yard line, deep of the box, out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Indians. Now check this out. Great opportunity, a left-footed boot, and wide open, looking for the opportunity on the rebound. You saw right there was Clouder Wing Alexis, and he might have had a great opportunity had he stood up, but he just slipped on this slick turf. Again, it rained all day yesterday. It misted and drizzled today. The field handles it well, but it doesn't mean that the turf still can be a little slick. It'll be a kick-in for the Indians. It'll be taken by Steven Shrista. Shrista's centering feed is stolen away. Trying for a spin move now is Coutinho, and he does. Sean Coutinho. They have numbers if they hurry. Sean Coutinho looking for some help. Being guarded by Shrista. Centering pass up front. Trying to fire it off was Alexis. Just couldn't do it. And the Indians chip it ahead. That's a good ball on the left-hand side. Now we've got the offside call. He was trying to send away Samir Hijazi on a nice pass administered by Sean Correa. Looked like a good ball at first, and it looked to me as though he was onside, to be frank. But the far side official blew the offside call, and a huge bit of misfortune for Dartmouth because Hijazi had an opportunity to go to the goal. Ferrioli centering feed, a shot deflected, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Dartmouth. Taking the shot again was Cloudowing Alexis. He's been all over the field so far this afternoon. As we approach the 6-minute mark in this opening quarter. Again, folks, in these new MIAA COVID-19 pandemic abridged boys and girls soccer rules, no halves. You've got 4 20-minute quarters, still with stoppage time. No corner kicks. Well, you have corner kicks, but you can't cross the ball in the corner. There's a shot on goal, deflected just wide. Another great save by Bollerino. He's been the story, folks, in this first quarter. But as I was saying, and that'll be a corner, you can have a corner. You just can't cross it in high like the arc that we would see in the past. You can't head the ball in intentionally. You can't form a wall inside the box, as you see right here. There's no wall inside the box. You don't see a convergence of players. You can't do that. It's viewed as risky or dangerous. And we're going to reset and do the corner again, I believe. Nope. It'll be an infraction against Bridgewater-Raynham with some contact. We have the call. So now Dartmouth will bring it across their own zone. Here's Hirschman. Hirschman looking to boot it ahead. It's deflected and grabbed by Correa. Correa loses control, stolen by Green. Green up top, centering feed to Midori. Another blast, high and wide, off the top of the net, and deflects actually off the field goal goalposts. Out of bounds, it'll result in a goal kick. Anything that hits those goalposts is considered out of play, and it'll result in either a corner kick or a goal kick, depending on the circumstance. Nick Hirschman will take the goal kick. We have a sub coming in for Bridgewater-Raynham. Ray Mwangi will come in for Cloudowing Alexis. Booting it ahead now is Manny Freitas. Manny Freitas, they do just crack center, but great defense by the Trojans to create that trap and not allow any Indian penetration. Here's Coutinho. Up over to Ferrioli. Ferrioli loses control, but it's played back over to, again, it's Coutinho, the midfielder. Ferrioli back to Coutinho, and that ball just goes out of touch on the give-and-go attempt. It'll be a kick in for Dartmouth, and Mason Gray will take the kick. Well, like I said at the open, folks, I've been doing this for 18 years now for DCTV, New Bedford Cable Access, Summer League Baseball, Bridgewater Television when I was in college, Bridgewater State College Radio. I've been all over the map here, and I've never seen anything like this where you get the old switcheroo right before the game starts with an entire JV team coming in and the entire varsity team riding the pine. And again, we're not going to get into why that is. We're not sure, but it is what it is, and we're going to call this game regardless, and we're happy to have you. In front, centering feed, a shot just wide by Midori. And as I said at the open, I'm not putting forth that Bill Belichick company line of we don't know. We really don't know. And there are kids here, and they're minors, most of them. We're not going to get into that. And If it's appropriate, the Dartmouth Superintendent's Office, as well as the athletic department, will make a statement if needed. But in the meantime, we're happy to have this game here for you. Out of bounds, it'll be Bridgewater-Raynham ball. Nonetheless, you've got to give credit to these junior varsity Indians because they've held a very good Bridgewater-Raynham team to no goals so far in this first quarter. We're in stoppage time now at the 2-minute mark. Here on in will be referee's discretion. In front centering pass, the ball is loose in the box. The centering pass was administered by Quist, and the ball was loose, and Bridgewater-Raynham had a great opportunity right there to draw first blood, top of the box. Trevor Convent. Convent tries for a turnaround, can't get it. The Indians have numbers if they hurry, looking to get sent away. This is Harrison Boyle. Boyle with a chance, a shot, and it's a goal! Harrison Boyle, the defender, in stoppage time, and the Indians lead 1-0. How about that? And you can hear the head coach, Walter Silva, saying, that's why you play all the way to the whistle in stoppage time or not. Unbelievable. And the Indians take a 1-0 lead. Let's take another look. And what set it all up was that wonderful breakaway pass by Troy Rocha. And Boyle beats the junior goalkeeper for Bridgewater-Raynham, James Nichols. And it's a 1-0 game. All right, what do we have here? Do we have, I believe, Walter Silva is holding up his arms. He's not sure what's going on. I don't think anybody's sure what's going on. Walter Silva has his arms up. It's going to be a free kick for the Indians, a direct kick right in front of the goal. So I'm assuming one of the players for Bridgewater-Raynham may have gotten mouthy with the official after the goal, maybe disputing the play, maybe saying it was offside. That's the only explanation I have. There was no contact, but the Indians will take it. Here's a give and go, a one-time shot taken by Freitas is wide and out of bounds. Now, wait a minute, folks. Before we end the first quarter here, we're going to have to get this back because was the goal scored and then disallowed? We're going to have to get confirmation from the scorers table because if you can see Walter Silva now is walking out to the officials, he wants an explanation because that was viewed onside. The goal was in, the goal was good, and now all of a sudden it was reversed. And you can see by his reaction, he is not happy. Some funny business went down, and I didn't see an offside call. I didn't see the arm go up. It was not offside for sure. When we get back for the second quarter, if we can queue up a replay on that series to see if we can figure out what the heck happened. But sorry to tell you, folks, the goal was disallowed, and we are at zeros after 1 quarter of play. And you can see the players right here sort of disputing, and that's Harrison Boyle, who scored the goal, going to his coach asking, what the heck happened? And Mr. Boyle, I'm right there with you, as well as I'm sure all of the parents and fans and spectators watching this game. What a funky way to end the first quarter. We'll try to sort this out. We'll be right back in just a moment. And we're back for second half action here on DCTV. Ian Abreu here with you. So one of our staff members and teamers went down to the scorers table to get an explanation on what in God's name happened after that goal by Harrison Boyle in stoppage time on the assist from Troy Rocha. That was a good goal. The explanation we were giving from the scorers table, the whistle was already blown. Not sure what that means. The whistle was already blown. And, well, fans of the Indians, you get hosed on that one. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're not in the business of really being too critical of officials at this level or players, but I'm sorry, folks. That's a very interesting call. Not he was offside, and you could debate the merits of that, or I saw some contact, there was some aggression. You could debate that. The whistle was already blown. And I don't blame Walter Silva for not being happy. And you saw his reaction. It was clear as day. And I know Mike Fernandez, our technical director and producer today, was working on getting the replay queued up. I'm not sure if that's even relevant at this point. There's nothing to dispute, unless if we have the audio of the whistle apparently being blown. But it's irrelevant. It's a 0-0 game. Here's Bissett. Luke Bissett trying to tip it ahead, looking to atone for the goal that didn't score in the first quarter. Going in toward goal was Boyle. But we'll have contact call, and an indirect kick will go to Bridgewater-Raynham. There's Walter Silva. Kicking now for the Indians. Here's Macefield in the corner, out of bounds. Bridgewater-Raynham ball. The Indians now attacking left to right across your TV. And the Trojans are now in the defensive zone of the Indians. Up front looking for a turnaround shot. Centering feed with the ball inside the box was Midori. Up top to Catino. Catino stops, pops, and it's wide. It'll be a goal kick for Dartmouth, a huge break. Sean Catino, the captain, had that right leg cocked back, and he was ready to fire, and he let it rip, and he just missed the far right-hand post on the lower corner. Here's Nick Hirschman on the goal kick. Cabral. That's Macefield in front. A shot just wide of the goal. Another opportunity for the Trojans. Darrell Quist now with the chance, and he just misses the goal. And Dartmouth can once again breathe a sigh of relief. They're sort of playing back on their heels here in the second quarter. Hopefully that very questionable non-goal call wiped off the scoreboard won't mess with their psyche too much here, because they're playing a great game, all things considered. Dartmouth has numbers if they hurry. A chip in toward goal. Hits the post on the right side, out of bounds. What an opportunity for the Indians, as taking the shot was Sean Correa, and he tried to just arc it over James Nichols. He had the right idea. Nichols with the high leap, but that ball just tips over the outstretched hands and clangs off the post out of bounds, and it's a goal kick for Bridgewater-Raynham. Correa knew that if he shot it direct, coming out to cut down the angle was Nichols. It wasn't going to go anywhere. His only chance was to try for that high arcing dump shot, and by all intents and purposes, it did work. Convent. Up to Quist. Quist passing it over to Macefield. Macefield. Nice ball on the left-hand side. Macefield again on the give and go, working with Mwangi. The ball is almost out of touch and saved by Dartmouth inbounds. Now we're going to get a call, a contact going to be called. It's going to go against Bissett. He was rolling around with Dehaney as well as Mwangi, and Mwangi gets called for the contact. It's going to be an indirect kick for Dartmouth. Mwangi blocks the boot from Hirschman, and it's hoovered up by Ballerino. Mwangi with a chance, and we have contact call, not offside. It's a contact call with the aggression against Quist. It'll be a free kick for Dartmouth. Hirschman. Macefield playing it back to Catino. Catino on the far right-hand side to Ferrioli. Ferrioli playing it over to Midori. Midori at around the 35-yard line. Catino back to Midori. Midori looking to go in toward goal, but he's ridden off the play by Owen Carter. But Carter can't clear it all the way out of the zone. Green playing it over now to Convent. Convent check it over to Catino. Catino on the far hash, looking to send away Ferrioli. It's deflected out by the Indians, and it's going to remain Trojan ball. Here's Green. Over to Midori. Midori to Catino. Wide open. A shot on goal is wide to the left. Sean Catino has had several key opportunities here in this opening half, and he's just fired it wide. Here's Hirschman. Looking to redirect it is Boyle. Can't do it. He's ridden off the play by Convent. Catino. Very slowly. Slows the pace down to Macefield. And Macefield's called for the push-off, and it'll be Dartmouth ball. Liam Brennan. Brennan up to Convent. Convent over to Catino. Catino, spinorama. Catino over to Midori. Midori back over to Macefield. Shot on goal. That's a good ball if it's in, and it's just sailing wide. Heads up play by Ballerino. He knew that was going wide. He was able to judge it. If he jumped and touched it, now you've got a live ball, and perhaps even if it deflects out of bounds, it would have been perhaps a penalty, a corner kick situation. Here's Boyle. Boyle playing it back. Jake Balsamo. Balsamo up to Convent. Convent to Midori. Midori trying to go 1-on-3. Nice defense by Shrista to swipe it away, and it goes up to Rocha. Troy Rocha on the left-hand side, running forward to Sean Correa. Correa being defended now by Owen Green. Correa in on goal, a shot and a save on the left-footed boot. Making the save is Nichols, and Nichols will throw it away. Nice lead pass on the throw to Macefield. Macefield trying to send away Mwangi. That would have been a good ball on side, but the Indians have some great defense, and that was Lolan Dehaney. Approaching the halfway part here of this second quarter. Here's Green. Herbert to Alexis, out of bounds. Glad you've joined us here on DCTV for the high school athletics game of the week. The homestanding Dartmouth High Indians take on the visiting Trojans of Bridgewater-Raynham. Left-footed shot on goal taken by Convent, saved again by Bollerino. Tell you, if you're an Indian fan, you got to be very impressed because these junior varsity Indians who were moved up to the varsity level today, the whole team, they're showing all of us they can compete at a very high level in the Southeast Conference. So if you're Josh Silva, the head coach of the varsity team, you've got to be pleased with what you're seeing as far as depth and the future of this program. Spin move by Catino. Catino trying to go in toward goal, deflected. Correa now trying to boot it away, but he just misfires. Bridgewater-Raynham now with an opportunity, a shot on goal. Bollerino smartly lets it go out of bounds. It'll be another goal kick. And no matter what happens, this game is going to count to the varsity overall standings. Win, lose, or draw. Nick Hirschman will take the goal kick. Plays it up to Rocha. Rocha can't do it. Goes back over to Catino. Catino. Midori. Back to Catino. Looking for the shot. Looking for the opportunity. Takes it, and he just fires it wide. Catino trying to say it was deflected off of an Indian. Trying to buy the call. And he gets the call. It'll result in a corner kick for the Trojans. It'll be taken by Midori. As we just dip under the 8-minute mark. Catino tried to center it in the box. Stolen away by Rocha. Rocha tipping it ahead. That's Correa. Correa looking to send Boyle away, but he can't get past the defensive Balsamo. Out of bounds, Indian ball. Here's Rocha. Too aggressive on the contact. The infraction goes the way of the Trojans here. Good ball on the right-hand side. That's in play. That's Hebert. Hebert tries to center it, but he can't keep the ball in bounds as he tries to do it. It's out of touch, and it'll be an opportunity now for Dartmouth on another goal kick. Shrista to Rocha, tipped ahead. Midori to Cabral. Excuse me, check that. Maysfield. Maysfield tipped in the box. The ball is loose, wide open, and it's just deflected wide. Great defense and back hustle by Nick Hirschman. Going all alone on goal was Clardo Wing Alexis. Had an almost open net, and both Hirschman and Bollerino create all sorts of havoc with the wide open net, and as a result, Alexis cannot bang her home. Look at this. The ball was open, and Hirschman and Bollerino just gets in his way, and as a result, Alexis shoots the ball wide. He had the Indians dead to right there with a wide open goal, but you got to give credit to Hirschman and Bollerino for not giving up on the play. And as a result, we are still at zeros. We are officially now under the lights here at Dartmouth Memorial Field. 3-on-2 for the Indians if they hurry. That's Correa on a good ball, going for it, and coming out to play it far was Nichols. Nichols gets caught up on top of his own box, but Nichols has to double back to get it. And Nichols almost made a big mistake there. He came out too far, and the ball was bobbled away from him, but he gets a huge break. Here's Quist. Quist In front, centering feed looking for Midori, and he just can't get a handle on it. It goes up top to Rocha. Rocha looking to send away Boyle, but Boyle can't catch up to it, and it'll be hoovered up by Nichols. Maysfield over to Convent. Stolen by Correa. Back over to the Indians now with an opportunity. That's Boyle. Boyle tries for an angular shot, and it just goes wide out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick opportunity. Here's Convent. Convent to Catino. Catino looking to set something up in toward the box. Running forward is Midori. And clearing it out inside the box is Owen Carter. And Carter just conservatively plays it away. Here he is, 15 Carter. Here's Alexis. Looking to send it in front. Nothing doing. Bridgewater-Raynham still with the pressure. Here's Souza. Souza losing control to Catino. Catino in front. A shot. Alexis with an opportunity and a goal. At 3:29 of the second quarter, it's Cloudowing Alexis. And it's 1-0 in favor of the Trojans. And you were holding your breath for a while, but you just knew eventually something was going to happen in favor of the Trojans in a positive light. And they finally smack one in. And who else but it's Catino who sets it up. And Ballerino came out to cut down the angle, but he just couldn't get it in time. And Cloudowing Alexis, the senior forward, scores at 3:29. And Bridgewater-Raynham draws first blood finally at 1-0. So one of two things are going to happen here. The Indians are going to be resilient and amp up their game and really put forth an effort, or this inexperienced junior varsity team is just going to kind of fall apart, and the Trojans are going to really bring it in. Here's a chip in toward goal, and going back to grab it was James Nichols. That was dangerous. It was tipped by Harrison Boyle, and Boyle just took a Hail Mary type chip shot at around the 40-yard line. It went actually over the head of Nichols, and he had to double back in his crease to get it. What a funky opportunity that was, but it almost worked. Here's Midori. Up to Catino. All sorts of room. A one-timer. Just wide. Would have been goal right through the uprights if it was good for a field goal if we're playing football, but he just misfired. Catino certainly has a boot, though, nonetheless. We've seen him fire off a couple here today. All of them have been pretty much wide of the mark, but he has a good boot. And Hirschman, with a huge miscue there on the goal kick out of bounds, it'll be a kick in very deep now in stoppage time for the Trojans. Catino at around the 20-yard line. Near hash, a shot just wide. Tried to pick that left-hand corner. Your right-hand corner on TV. Left-hand corner if you're Ballerino. And he just missed it. Hirschman will take the goal kick. We are now officially in the stoppage time period. Correa on the deflection. Lets it go out of bounds, out of touch. It goes off of Convent's chest. So it'll be a kick in for Dartmouth. This will probably be their last rush opportunity of this first half. And it's stolen away right there. You see, there's Midori. This could be the Trojan last opportunity. Alexis. In front, one-timer, shot taken by Quincy Hebert. And it's stopped by Ballerino. Right across midfield, deflected at the near hash. Here's Catino. Catino being guarded by Colin Souza. Trying to go around Souza. He does. Centering pass. The ball is loose on top of the box. Someone needs to clear it, and finally clearing it is Manuel Freitas. And it goes up top to Harrison Boyle, and we'll have a stoppage and a contact call here. It'll be an indirect kick. Can't be too much time left here in this first half. Dehaney playing it. Boyle going for it. Deflected away. Here's Catino. And with that, we hear the 3 short whistles. So the second quarter and first half has come to an end here at Dartmouth Memorial Field. And this thing is halfway in the books. And we have a 1-0 score in favor of the Trojans of Bridgewater-Raynham Regional High School. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with third quarter and second half action in just a moment here on DCTV. And welcome back to Dartmouth Memorial Field here for the start of third quarter and second half action as the Indians are trailing the Trojans of Bridgewater-Raynham High School 1-0 on a goal by Alexis Clouderwing. And that goal took place at the 3-minute 29-second mark of the second quarter. And that's pretty much where we stand. Backstory for the Indians, the excellent goalkeeping so far of Hunter Bollerino. He has made several key stops here. The junior varsity player getting thrusted up to big-time varsity action here as well as the rest of his teammates. And they've kept this thing respectable. We'll see what happens here in this third quarter. Taylor Convent up over to Alexis. Alexis who has the goal. That's Maysfield. To Midori. Out of bounds. Dartmouth ball on the kick-in. Correa. Looking to send Boyle away. Boyle had a goal in the first quarter, but it was blown dead for God knows the reason. Much to the dismay of Walter Silva, the head coach. And the excuse we were given at the scorers table was, again, the whistle was blown too early. It'll be a free kick now for the Trojans on the near side hash. It'll be taken by Green, and Green will give way to Catino on the give and go. On goal, stopped by Bollerino, rebound and a goal! Bollerino had it, and he just couldn't gain a handle, and it's slammed home by Darrell Quist at 18:30, and it's 2-0 in favor of Bridgewater-Raynham. That's one Hunter Bollerino certainly probably would want to have back, as it was a good shot by Catino on the give and go, but Bollerino had it, just bobbled it, and it slammed in by Darrell Quist. Quist, the senior forward, and now the Trojans have some breathing room. It's 2-0 here in this third quarter. Boyle trying for it at the striker's position on the near side left, out of bounds. It'll be a kick-in as the ball did go off of Ferrioli. Boyle over to Correa. Korea with an opportunity. Korea had a chance to shoot it on goal, and that's an example right there maybe of some inexperience, because Sean Korea had a whole lot of daylight in front of him, and it probably behooved him to fire that in on goal to try to create havoc, maybe a rebound, or who knows what would have happened. But he tried to overplay it, and he just lost control as he held on to the ball, probably 3 or 4 seconds, just too long. Boyle trying to tip it to Korea. Korea can't get sent away, and the Trojans now crack center. Here's Midori. Over to Coutinho. Coutinho, good ball. That's onside to Ferrioli. Centering pass. Ball is loose inside the box. That's very dangerous. But the Indians are able to clear it away. It's Troy Rocha. Rocha looking to find Boyle. Boyle 1-on-3, creating all sorts of messes there for the Trojan defense. But the Trojan defense at the 3-on-1 was finally able to ride off the play. Midori playing it back now on his own side, D to D. Midori slips on the turf. Here's Freitas, Manny Freitas, up over on the right side, and drawing the contact is Steven Shrista. And that's a push down, clear as day, going against Coutinho. It'll be a direct kick and a free kick now for the Indians. It'll obviously be taken by Hirschman, you would think, or at least given to Hirschman on the give and go. And there it is to Hirschman. That's onside. A good ball. A chance for the Indians. Going in on goal was Manny Freitas. And Freitas was all alone. But you got to give credit to James Nichols, the goalie, coming out and having the forthright attitude to just see and diagnose that play. And he came out and sucked it up, and thus thumped an opportunity for the Indians. Coutinho trying to work around Mason Gray. He does. Coutinho in front, centering feed, looking for Quist. Quist back, who has a goal already. Quist trying for his second goal. Shot blocked by Hirschman, and Hirschman just conservatively clears it up, but it's out of bounds, and it'll be Trojan ball. There's Harrison Boyle, who's had a heck of an afternoon. Had a goal that was called back, but he's been all over the field. Right there, you can see, creating havoc again, drawing the contact from Owen Green. And as a result, it'll be a direct kick now for the Indians deep in Trojan territory. It'll be taken by Sean Korea. Let's see what Korea does here. Conservatively plays it back. Now we have a give and go between he and Boyle. Korea is just stolen away by the Trojans. And now here they come. That's Coutinho. Can't keep it in bounds, out of touch. Dartmouth ball, a huge break, because Bridgewater-Raynham, they were streaking and they had numbers. Korea playing it back to Freitas. Freitas again. In toward goal, looking to send Colin Souza away. Souza was onside, couldn't catch up to it. And now it's played back to Convent. Convent to Quist. Quist, who has a goal in this quarter, trying to send Midori away on the far left striking side. It goes out of bounds, goes off of Dennehy, and Dennehy is called for the out of bounds infraction. Bridgewater-Raynham ball. Still Bridgewater-Raynham ball. It'll be another kick-in. Now we have the pendulum swinging back to Dartmouth on the push-off. The aggression on Coutinho, it appears it was him. So Dartmouth now will get the free kick. And as has been the case all afternoon, it'll be taken by Hirschman, or at least one timed to Hirschman. Shrestha to Hirschman. Hirschman with a chip in toward just outside the box area. Here's an opportunity for Dartmouth. Freitas in on goal, looking to set up maybe Boyle in front of the cage, but it's sucked up again by Nichols. And Dartmouth is still scoreless. Saved from going out of bounds. Saving it is Midori. Midori playing it back, centering feed back to Coutinho. All sorts of running room. Coutinho just up top the box. Stops, tries to pop. He slips on his own. No contact. Hirschman may have gotten away with the call there. He was right up on him. The Indians will take the break. Very foggy now here at Dartmouth Memorial Field. Starting to be a little difficult to tell the players. The fog is settling in very thickly and very densely here at the field. Here's Quist. Quist in toward the box, trying to chip it ahead. That's Gray. Shrestha, he draws the contact. He's pushed down to the turf by Quist. And Quist is called for the infraction. It'll be Dartmouth ball. Here's Owen Carter. Carter will play it back to Hirschman. Blocked again. I thought we had another whistle there. I heard something. May have been an accident, but we play on. Here's Maysfield. Maysfield trying to quarterback this offense. Slows it down to Quist. That's onside. That's a good ball. Wide up top. Loose shot and a goal. Owen Green, number 19 at 11 minutes. Another miscue by Bolorino. He came way out to play it. Give him an A for effort, but he just miscues that handling, and it's slammed in by Owen Green at the 11-minute mark, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Trojans. Let's take another look. It was all set up by Maysfield, and here comes Bolorino to grab it, and he just lost control, and it goes right out to the wickets of Owen Green, and the junior midfielder says, "Thank you very much. I have a wide open goal." And he boots that sucker right into the twine, and it's 3-0. And now this game is pretty much out of reach for the Indians. At this point now, you're more concerned about just getting some great minutes in for these underclassmen, these junior varsity players, and perhaps, hopefully, try to make this thing more respectable. Coutinho, we're going to get a contact call against Manuel Freitas, so it'll be a direct kick now just outside the box for Coutinho. I hope they're keeping time on the field because the scoreboard clock still isn't running after that goal. A shot by Coutinho, stopped by Bolorino. An excellent save, who, sure, he's made a couple of baubles here in the third quarter, but all things considered, the junior varsity player getting thrusted up today, he's had a pretty good varsity debut here. He's made several decent saves. So what the officials have on the field and what the scoreboard says may be two different things, because we had about a good 40, 35 seconds where the clock on the scoreboard wasn't running. Coutinho in on goal, stopped by Bolorino, cleared out of bounds by Hirschman. It'll be a corner kick. Here's Green. Green to Maysfield. Over to Coutinho. I feel like it's been the Sean Coutinho show today. He's been all over the place. Maysfield, a shot high and wide. A goal kick now for the Indians. Here's Hirschman. Played it back now. Here's Shrestha to Boyle, trying to redirect it. Just goes over his head. That's Freitas trying to chip it ahead to Correa, but it's intercepted and stolen by Ferrioli. Ferrioli just loses control. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a kick in. Well, folks, I was talking about that fog, and check it out. It's really bad now here in Dartmouth, right on Slocum Road. What we do for our fans and our constituents here in the town of Dartmouth, braving the elements. Of course, I am in a temperature-controlled, mostly temperature-controlled press box. No contact here, as we had Korea and Green going one-on-one. Nothing called. But you got to give credit to our camera operators here today. They're the ones out there in the fog. They were out there yesterday in the rain. Rain or shine, these guys and gals are out there all the time. And we give them credit. We have the easy part here as broadcasters. We show up, we put the headset on, and we call a game. But they're the ones here setting up, sometimes hours prior, running cables, etc., etc. And we want to make sure we always give them a shout out and credit when we call these games. We've dipped under the 8-minute mark here. Again, the on-field time and the scoreboard time may be about a half minute or so off because the scoreboard clock was not running for a while after that third goal by Green. Dartmouth now will have a direct kick. Looks like Carter will take it, and he'll give way to Hirschman. Hirschman looking to send Boyle away with a chance. Deflected up, and it's not going to be saved. It is out of bounds. And Dartmouth will get the kick in, and Steven Shrista will take it. To Korea. Back to Boyle. To Shrista. Out of bounds again. Kicked out by Furioli. Dartmouth ball again. Shrista on the give and go. Out of bounds again. A mirror image on the very last play. And we'll do this again. The kick in this time will be taken by Korea. Korea trying to play it to Hirschman. Hirschman now gets it. Has an opportunity. In toward goal. Wide open. Here's a chance for the Indians. A chip. Shot, save, rebound, and a goal! Landon Cabral, the midfielder, was all alone behind goal at 6:15. And Cabral nets his first goal here at the varsity level. And it's 3-1 now in favor of the Trojans. Well, Nicholas Hirschman, he was the story there. He made the play. Coming out to cut down the angle was Nichols. He makes the error, and there's nothing that the defender, Trevor Convent, can do to stop it. All alone behind goal, and Landon Cabral slams it in. Cabral, the freshman midfielder. That's going to be a great feeling for the young man to get promoted up to the varsity level here today and score his first varsity level goal. And that certainly is a silver lining well here in this game. Good thing to see. Dartmouth still has a chance in this thing here. We still have 25 plus minutes of soccer ahead of us. If you count this quarter and the fourth, anything can happen for sure. Dartmouth certainly needed that goal, though, to get right back into this thing. I would assume here that maybe the lax play of Bridgewater-Raynham is going to be tightened up a bit now, and we may not see those types of defensive miscues here going forward. Shot in on goal, stopped by Nichols, and he'll throw it out. Here's Coutinho, who has a mile worth of free open space in front of him. That's a good ball. Over to Furioli. Looking for a centering feed. Stopped over right in front of the cage. It was stopped by Carter. Carter deflects, but not out. Here's Coutinho. Coutinho looking for that shot. He's going 1-on-4, and he draws contact. No call. Ball is loose right up top the cage. That was Carter now trying to clear it out. And the ball is saved before it goes out of bounds, stopped by Midori. But it's irrelevant because it's going to be a free kick now for the Indians. Gunners now back out there, who have accounted for 2 of their 3 goals. So if Coach Hammond thought he'd empty the bench here and get his bench some playing time, he was sadly mistaken. These junior varsity Indians have come to the varsity level today, ready to play no matter what. Corner kick as that penetrating opportunity goes off of Bollerino and or Hirschman down low. Both were in the corner there. And the corner will be taken by who else but Catino. Catino giving away now to Maysfield. Maysfield with the cross, deflected on the box. Here's Boyle. Boyle on his own, trying for a self-pass, looking to help him maybe his Korea. Can't do anything with it. Maysfield. Now to Ferrioli. Conservatively slows it down. Quist tipping it back to Catino. Catino at around the near hash 20-yard line. A deflected opportunity. That's Mason Gray on the deflection. And we are now in stoppage time. The clock is stopped. It'll be a free kick for the Indians. Now, wait a minute. Now the 3 whistles have blown. The free kick opportunity is now thumped. And just like that, the officials have actually ended the third quarter of play. We knew that there were some discrepancies from the scoreboard clock to what was on the field. But regardless, the third quarter has ended. And you look down at Jason Hammond, the head coach of Bridgewater-Raynham. He wants an explanation now for what happened. He's very confused about that early whistle. He had a free kick called, and then all of a sudden the 3 whistles go, and he's not a happy camper. He's looking for that explanation. You can see him on the bottom right-hand corner where our graphics are. He's asking, what the heck? So he's had sort of a run-in with the officials today, as has Walter Silva on the Dartmouth side. Well, with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with fourth quarter action in just a moment here on DCTV. And welcome back for fourth quarter action here at Dartmouth Memorial Field. And the score is 3-1 in favor of the Trojans, Bridgewater-Raynham Regional High School. We had a goal in the second quarter at 3:29 by Cloudowing Alexis for Bridgewater-Raynham. Then we were at that score until the second quarter, or third quarter, I should say, second half, when Darrell Quist netted his first goal of the afternoon to make it a 2-0 game at 18:30. And then the Indians were really in trouble, and it looked as though the Trojans were going to run away with it at this point when, at the 11-minute mark, Owen Green booted home his first of the afternoon to make it 3-0. But then the Indians made a game of it at the 6-minute 15-second mark. Landon Cabral, the midfielder, freshman, junior varsity player, scored to make it a 2-goal game, and that's where we stand. We actually have a game here. Folks, ball is corralled out of bounds. It goes off of, it appears to be Cloudowing Alexis, but they're going to say actually also there on the contact with the ball was Gray, so it'll be a corner kick now for the Trojans. The clouds are really densely settling in now here on the field. Turnaround shot, bicycle kick attempted by Alexis. It gives way to Convent. His second opportunity is out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Indians. Here's Hirschman. I'm sure you can see these fogged opportunities now here right over the field, and you have to play the ball differently when it's foggy. You got to play it closer in now, and you got to have much closer, tight-knit set plays here because it's hard to see the ball if you try to boot something 10, 15, 20 yards ahead. Very easy to have a miscue and miss that white ball as it careens up into the fogged sky here. And Hirschman will take the free kick. And you see that Hirschman tries to keep it low so that there is no confused opportunities, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a kick-in for the Trojans. Here's Catino. All sorts of real estate. Trying to fire, and there's no contact as he's bumped into by Rocha. And we play on. Convent over to Maysfield. Maysfield stood up by Gray. Here's Boyle. Boyle with a self-pass. Going against Balsalmo. Balsalmo in his own zone will play it back to Nichols, who will slow it down. Maysfield. Now it's back to Balsalmo. Here's Green, who has one of the goals. Owen Green to Convent. Quist. Quist chipping in the head, trying to send Midori away, but it's intercepted by Correa. Great back hustle by Correa, who's been all over the field today. He's been striking. He's been defending. He's been at the neutral zone. Very quick young man there. We have a contact call against Manny Freitas. It'll be a direct kick now for the Trojans. I'm not sure if we have an injury here for the Indians. We have a player down. Not sure if it's an injury or an equipment malfunction, maybe. No, we've got an injury. It's Troy Rocha is going to hobble off the field here. Looks like he was cleated in the right leg. He'll be replaced by Samir Hajazi. So Hajazi's in, and we also will have another sub, Sivan Shrista, will also check in. He'll come in for Correa. Well, Walter Silva knows that you won't get these many opportunities here, so he wants to run the bench deep, get everybody at the JV level some varsity time here. These minutes are invaluable. A shot in on goal, and it's in. Dominic Ferrioli, number 4, at 15:41, and it's 4-1. Not sure how that happened. That was a low bouncing shot by Dominic Ferrioli, the forward. I'm not sure if he was trying to center it and he misfired, but it just goes right through the 5-hole of Bolorino, and he slips and tries to grab it with the left arm. And that is a easy goal there for the Trojans, and they get back the goal they gave up on, the goal by Landon Cabral of Dartmouth. And with that goal, makes it a 4-1 game, and we have an offside call now against the Indians. So with that goal, this thing pretty much is on ice, and a Trojan victory is forthcoming unless a miracle of catastrophic proportions happens here and we get 4 unanswered goals here by the junior varsity Indians, which I don't foresee happening. But nonetheless, they've put forth a great effort today, all things considered. Here's Alexis looking for his second goal. He's a great goal scorer. His shot in on Bolorino is grabbed up. And now with working in concert with the fog, we have some blowing mist now here on the field. So that can make for a wet ball. Here's Catino with an opportunity, a shot just wide. You got to think Sean Catino is going to get a goal one of these times. He has just missed the cage on several opportunities. He had all sorts of real estate in front of him there, and he was very close to hitting pay dirt on that opportunity. Here's Hirschman. Out of bounds, Trojan ball. Here's Macefield. Over to Ferrioli, who has a goal here at 15:41 of this fourth stanza. Quist, centering feed, looking to hook up with Midori. Midori can't save it, just goes out of bounds, but it is deflected off of Dennehy. Here's Catino. Catino passing it back, a one-time opportunity just wide. The shot was fired by Josh Macefield. It'll be a goal kick forthcoming for the Indians. Hirschman. Deflected off Ferrioli out of bounds. It'll be a kick-in for Korea and the Indians. That's a good ball, Catino. The midfielder, all sorts of running room, trying to send Midori away on the left corner striking position, and it's just too far ahead of him out of bounds. It'll be a kick-in for the Indians and taken by Korea. The inbounds kick is stolen. Catino playing it back over to Macefield. Macefield. Ferrioli on the far hash. Centering pass. Midori slows it down, looking for a turnaround shot. Can't get it. Ball is in the crease, out top the box. And Mason Gray tries to clear. He can't. Goes over to Korea. Gray again. Back over. Now it's getting really tough to tell these players, folks. The fog is really settling in on the far side. That's Korea. And he lets it go out of bounds. It'll be a kick-in for Korea. Nope, check that. It'll be a kick-in actually for Bridgewater-Raynham. He went for the kick-in. Then he was sent back. And the far side infraction on who touched the ball last goes against the Indians. And Bridgewater-Raynham has it as we approach the halfway mark almost in this fourth and final quarter at Dartmouth Memorial Field. Turning it around is Carter. Saved from going out of bounds, saved by Alexis, who has a goal. Back over to Midori. Midori. Ferrioli, who has a goal. Now this is Convent. Convent tries a centering feed for Quist. Quist tried a turnaround bicycle kick, but it was just stolen away. Back up top the box. Another fired opportunity just wide. Shot was taken by Maysfield. Nick Hirschman, as has been the case all afternoon long, will take the goal kick. Stopped at the midfield stripe by Liam Brennan. Brennan chipped it ahead, back to Brennan. Over to Midori, onside, being guarded by Shrista. In front, centering feed, top of the box, stolen. Here's Medeiros. Braden Medeiros now for Dartmouth, trying to chip it up ahead to Boyle, but it's blocked. Alexis, back to Quist, shot wide. We have a sub coming in for Dartmouth. Colin Souza will check in for the Indians. And he'll be coming in for Luke Bassett. Balsalmo in his own zone. Chipping it ahead. Catino. Losing control to Souza. Good defense by Souza, just coming right off the bench. Here's a self-pass by Boyle. Boyle trying to go around his man, but great back-hustling defense by Trevor Convent to make up for the mistake from Brennan. And he does kick it out of bounds. It'll be a kick-in for the Indians, and it'll be taken by Souza. Souza and Boyle on the give and go. Back in his own zone now is Brennan. Brennan is sort of pushed out of bounds, had the ball last. He was sort of pushed by Souza, and Souza's called for the contact infraction. Typically, that would have been a corner kick for the Indians, but because the out-of-bounds play was precipitated by the contact by Souza, the pendulum goes back to Bridgewater-Raynham. Here's Shrista up top. Here's an opportunity. A shot hits the crossbar and deflects out of bounds. Shot was taken by Hijazi. Corner kick for Dartmouth. Hijazi on the give and go, out of bounds, Dartmouth ball. Here's Boyle. Here on the near hash, plays it back to his defender, Carter. Carter looking to get Freitas away, and Freitas is called for the offside. It'll be Trojan ball. Four to 1 your score. Goals for the Trojans by Alexis Clouderwing, Darryl Quist, Owen Green, and Dominic Ferrioli. And the lone tally of the afternoon for the Indians coming at the 6-minute, 15-second mark of the third quarter. And that came off of the foot of Landon Cabral, the freshman midfielder. And that's where we stand right now as this thing ticks on down before pretty much at this point an inevitable victory for the Trojans. And this will hand the Indians their first loss on the 2020 campaign. Really tough to etch this up as a loss for the Indians because not a single varsity player has played in this game, but it is what it is. You can't take away the win either for the Trojans. That wouldn't be fair. They did come here to compete, and they won the game fair and square. So it'll go down as a varsity loss for the Indians nonetheless. Here's Ferrioli's centering pass. off the top of the football crossbar at the field goal, out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick opportunity for the Indians. Hirschman to kick. Stop by Convent. Over to Catino. Catino to now Kareem Logie checking into the game. Logie, number 11. Out of bounds. It'll remain Trojan ball as that kick attempt went off of Mason Gray. Last to touch it. Hence the kick-in for Bridgewater-Raynham. There's Hebert tipping it back. At the neutral zone now, Brennan to Maysfield, to Midori. Centering pass, slowed down by Matt Lewis now in the game, number 10. Lewis trying to save it in bounds, and he's able to just do that. Now it goes out of bounds. Now at the game out of reach, we've seen head coach Jay Hammond empty the bench. And we're going to have now a goalie switch for Bridgewater-Raynham as James Nichols will come out. And that'll be, I believe, Tommy Hammond, the freshman goalkeeper. He will check in. Shot on goal by Convent is high and wide. Tough to tell because these goalies don't have numbers. But looking at our depth chart here, it looks like it is Hammond who is the freshman. So he's getting some minutes here. But as I was just saying, now Jay Hammond, he's going to finally empty that bench with this game out of reach. And Walter Silver has been doing that the whole time regardless because this is all gravy for the JV team. This is just great experience for them to compete at the varsity level and compete with a very good team. A shot on by Catino, just high and wide. Sean Catino had another great opportunity, and he just booted it high and wide of the cage. Closing in on stoppage time here. I don't reckon we're going to get too much. We had just the one goal. Green. Cabral. That's now Macefield. Macefield looking to hook up with Hebert out of bounds. Dartmouth ball. Hirschman. That's a good ball if the Indians can get to it onside, but they cannot. But here's a stoppage. Interception by Colin Souza. He intercepted the clearing opportunity, but unfortunately he couldn't do anything with it. Out of bounds, though, it will be a kick-in for Nolan Dennehy. Dennehy to Freitas. Dennehy, we're now in stoppage time. Dennehy kicks it in, intercepted by Brennan, clears it all the way back, clearing it up and almost out of the zone that time for the Indians was Gray. It's still inbounds. Hirschman, the boot, playing it back in his own zone now is Brennan attacking at the neutral zone. Catino. Top of the box, a shot deflected, stopped, and sucked in by Bolorino. Hunter Ballerino will now take the punt. Correa tipping it ahead, out of bounds. It'll remain Indian ball as he was being guarded by Balsamo. The Trojans will play it in now on the kick-in. We're going to get those 3 short whistle blows any second. There's Lewis playing it back. Logie. Maysfield. All sorts of real estate. That's a good ball. Onside to Hebert. A shot and is stopped by Ballerino. Quincy Hebert had a great chance to make this a 5-1 game, but Hunter Ballerino showing us his compete level is at 100, even with the game out of reach, and give him an A for effort for that great stop. Shot in on goal by Maysfield is high and wide out of bounds. And now we're going to finally call this thing. This game is officially now over with the final score of 4-1 in favor of the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans. And with the loss, the Indians will now fall to 2-1-2 overall in the 2020 campaign. Got to give credit where credit is due. The entire junior varsity team getting called up here at the last moment, and they competed hard. And at one point, not only was this obviously a 0-0 game, which they maintained all the way into the second quarter, which was a victory in of itself, but they were able to cut this to a 2-goal game at 3-1 heading into the fourth and final quarter, and they were in this thing for most of it, but they just couldn't hang on against a deep, offensive, potent, veteran-laden Bridgewater-Raynham Trojan team, and as a result, they fall victim here by the final score of 4-1. Well, that'll wrap things up here from Dartmouth Memorial Field. For our technical director, Mike Fernandez, and our entire production crew here, this is Ian Abreu saying so long, everyone, and this has been an exclusive production of DCTV Sports.